Congress you have, not the Congress you want. Stop trying to fulfill every wish list.
That's Sarah Isger of the Dispatch. Wishing Joe Biden wouldn't go the executive order route, as he's going to have to go with the divided Congress if he wants to do the things he wants to do. The Republicans are going to have the House, the Democrats are going to have the Senate. Fine with me. But, yeah, that's a different topic for a different day. The Democrats already have the Senate, regardless of how things turn out in Georgia. But as smart people have explained to me, by the way, I spent zero time thinking about politics in the last zero. And I was listening to actually a podcast with Sarah Isger the other day, and she was talking about how Mitch McConnell had re-won Senate leadership or something like that. And she said, it almost feels like you could have ignored that story completely and been just fine. And I thought, yeah, almost. Yeah, it does almost feel like that.
That's funny.
But before we get back to the Senate, remind me later. With a big piece by some of their heavyweight political writers, essentially saying after the comparatively successful midterm elections, Democrats are warming to the idea of Biden running again. Yeah. That's true. That's kidding me. That's not happening. How do you fire the leader of your party when they had the best midterm election in like 100 years? You don't need to. God will. God's going to fire him, Jack. God would like to see you in his office, Joe Biden. Come on. Or at least he'd like to see your brain. God, man. God would like to see you in his office. Bring a cardboard box. God marches you out to your car. No joke, no malarkey. But the Republicans, it'd be better to have more senators than fewer. And is Herschel Walker going to be able to pull out the special election coming up in Georgia?
Well, maybe, because he's running against Raphael Warnock, who is no great shakes. But Herschel has difficulty saying stuff that's not dumb. Why don't we just say that? He was asked by it's really not relevant who asked the question, but this woman asked him how he felt about Generation Z, who the questioner noted came of age during the digital revolution. I'll just give you part of the question because it's kind of rambling, but Herschel, how do you feel about people that want to change America from when you and I were kids? I mean, I guess there's 70 to 80 million Americans born after 1990. Let's see, these kids don't know the world that we knew, pre-internet. Then she goes on rambling more. What do you say to those kids and those young people that are voting? Walker says, well, first of all, they don't know that the grass is not greener on the other side, that they think there's somewhere better, and if they know another place that's better than the United States of America, my thing is, why don't you go there? Or tell me and let me know who that is, because I can tell them right now there's not. I got no problem with that.
We got about a 30-second chunk of this. I don't know how much of it is what you just said. I would just kind of like to hear his delivery and whatever, though.
Oh, yeah, if we want to hear it, yeah, let's do it, yeah.
Which clip is that, guys?
I don't know, Michael. You'd have to ask the executive producer who put it together. Okay, go ahead.
I think our biggest problem is we're not showing our kids that most of the people today hadn't earned their right to change America. And what I mean by that, there are people that have died. I'm not giving their life up. There are people that are giving their life up for this flag. They're giving their life up for the national anthem. They're giving their life up for our freedom and this liberty that we have in this country today, and we're taking it for granted. Well, I don't want that to happen. And I'm saying, and I'm not being tough, I'm saying, if you know a place better, you go there, but you lose your citizenship here in the United States of America. And then when you come back, you got to come back legally, like we should be defending the border.
What was the part about the border again?
You got to come back legally because we should be defending the border.
Okay, I love that first stuff he's saying. I mean, that's all fantastic. I guess kind of just the idea that these young smartasses coming up, you don't get to change the country. You don't even know what you're talking about, is basically what he's saying. But the whole, you lose your citizenship if you leave? And then they're afraid he's afraid they're going to sneak back in.
Yeah. At the heart of his comments, the sentiment is fine with it. I have no problem with that. And, of course, the headlines and the characterizations of his comments in the mainstream media are brutally critical. But saying, this, well, again, I'd have to paraphrase the heck out of him, but I think what he said was far more defensible than the way it's being portrayed. portrayed.
This is how it's being portrayed. Herschel Walker says people born after 1990 should lose their citizenship. Is that accurate or not?
No, that's completely inaccurate. He said, if you really think the United States is awful, go live somewhere else for a while and see what you think. But if you become a citizen of there, you're not going to be a citizen of the United States anymore. And so you're going to have to apply to emigrate legally because we're going to build a wall and make, I don't know, somebody pay for it.
Okay, there you go. Now you know the full quote. In case you hear that story burbling up today or somebody hits you with that whole thing. But you mentioned Generation Z. I got into a very good discussion about it over the weekend, dealing with a generation